we're getting the opportunity to talk to Kenny James, the voice of Bowser Koopa from the Nintendo games. And if you like Mario and you love Mario, you're going to enjoy this interview. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to sit down and talk to him. This is the first for us. Yes. This guy. This is going to be so cool. Kenny James, we're going to talk to him.
The voice actor of Bowser, Kenny James. We were wondering, how did you start all this voice acting?
Okay, well, it's a good question. I get that question a lot. I was in the right place at the right time. I had started doing some voice acting. I decided that if I built a little website that I would be famous. And so this was about 2000, somewhere around there. My glasses are fogging up really bad. It was about 2000 or so, and I built a website. But then I went to the University of Washington and started taking some voiceover classes. And the guy who was teaching the classes also was a demo producer. So you could get him to produce a demo for you, and you gotta have a demo. So I had him do a demo. While I was working at Suburban Propane, I used to be a service tech. I sold propane and propane accessories, I'll tell you what. And I was working my regular job, and somebody heard me talking about doing voice work. And turns out that she was a producer at Bad Animals, which is the studio in Seattle that Nintendo records at. So she sent my demo over there, and they started sending me auditions. And one of the auditions was Bowser. And even though I did an impersonation basically of Scott Burns, who was Bowser before me. He's most famous for Super Mario Sunshine. I did my best Scott Burns impersonation because that's what they sent me for script. And so I was all, Mario, how dare you interrupt my family vacation? And I wound up getting the gig. A couple of weeks later, I got an email. And they said, you got the job, and now it's been 16 years.
So our second question is,
okay.
Could you give the viewers Little Bowser?
Little Bowser.
I'm filling in for Yankee.
Cool.
And he did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
That's his first time. So another thing I want to ask you, Nintendo's huge. I grew up with Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
How did the Nintendo relationship with you start? How did they reach out? Or
actually, that goes back to the question that he asked. I was in the right place at the right time. Just talking about doing voice work, and a customer of Suburban Propane, where I used to work, asked me if I did voices, and I said, yeah, I hear them all the time, so I go ahead and I do them.
When you hear voices, you can do them too.
So anyway, she asked if I had a demo, and I said yeah, and I gave her my little web address, because I had this was like 2000 or something. So I had built like with Coffee Cup 9 or something, I built a website.
Nice.
And I had gone and done these classes, and had the guy who was teaching the classes produce a demo. And so I did have the demo, and I gave it to her, and she gave it to Bad Animals in Seattle, and they started sending me auditions, and it was for other video games mostly. One of the ones that stuck in my head was Sly Cooper 3, and I did 4 character auditions on that, and I got none of them. So I thought, well, I stink, and this isn't going to work out. That's just the way auditioning works. So eventually they sent the Bowser thing over, and I was all like, yeah, sure, okay. I didn't even, I was like, Bowser has a voice? I thought they were still doing, electronic stuff, but they sent me the script where the lines from Sunshine, and they sent me Scott Burns' reference tracks. And so I did my best voice match. I thought that's what they wanted, was a voice match. And instead, I've only said 4 words in English in 16 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
I think it's 4. I'm always saying it's 4. It's Nintendo, Peach, Mario, and Showtime. From Bowser's Inside Story. I get that one a lot. Showtime! But, yeah, It was an audition, and I just wound up nailing it. So,
Nice. That's great. So
And I did change him a lot.
yeah, he's changed
Over time. I've got him. He's a lot more gurgly and growly than he once was. So, because I don't know, I do this. I don't know how it works.
And it brings me to the games when I hear that. My last question I'd like to ask you is, of all the games you've done with the Bowser voice, what would you say are your favorites or favorite?
One of my favorites is 3D World, which just got ported. So get it over on the Switch now. And the reason for that is because of Meowser. Where's Meowser? Meowser, right here. Meowser. Meowser was a challenge because on the script it said Meowser in quotes, and I laughed at it. I was all like, okay, that's funny. What does it mean? And they were like, oh, it's a power-up. Okay, what does he do? Okay, well, he's going to have kitty ears, he's going to have tail, Meowser. And I said, what do you want him to sound like? And they went, click, we don't know. So I was like, all right, give me a minute. And I thought about it, and I was like, Cat Bowser can't be little baby kitty. So I went more Wildcat, kind of a and I go, okay, well, he can't be just a cat. So I combined the bigger cat sound with the Bowser sound, and you get more of a I did that for a couple hours. I could taste blood.
Oh, wow.
When I was done with that session, I could taste blood, but it wasn't like I was spitting blood.
You just taste it.
But I could taste it.
Sound like a sample.
Yeah, so I'm very happy with that performance, and so therefore that game's high on the list. But other games would be way back when I first started, like Galaxy. Galaxy was a great game.
Yeah.
And I'm super jazzed.
There you go.
I'm super jazzed with Odyssey, and I haven't finished it yet, playing it, but I really like it.
And I've heard a lot of great things about the Odyssey game. A lot of people.
Odyssey is really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I've heard that's one of the.
It's a
favorites.
huge game.
Yeah.
It just goes on and on and on.
One
You
that I've
have
been
to find
playing.
like 900. What is it? 999 moons?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm at about 50, so I got a ways to go.
I've been playing the Mario Rabbids Battle.
Oh, really?
Kingdom Battle, and I'm just hooked on that. I was like, but I love the Mario stuff, and knowing you were going to be here was like, we got to be there.
That's cool. That's
But
cool.
other than that, again, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
and talking with us. If you want, or we want you to, let people know how they can find you, reach you, and follow.
Oh, well, I'm on the Instagrams.
There's Instagrams, not Instagrams.
Instagrams, all of them. All of the Instagrams. It's at Kenny James Bowser. Facebook is just Kenny James. And if it doesn't look like me, then it's probably not me. And on Twitter, it's Kenny James Bowser, but I had to drop the E. There wasn't enough characters. So it's Kenny James BOWSR. Anyway, you'd find me if you looked for me anyway.
Okay.
Because now, even on Google, if you put in Kenny James, instead of coming up with Tom Kenny, it would always come up with Tom Kenny, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
You put in Kenny James, you'd come up with Tom Kenny. Now, when you put in Kenny James, boom, you get Kenny James on Google. I'm all like, yeah, I'm somebody.
I'm a somebody. I'm a celebrity.
I'm boy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, again, thank you.
Is that supposed
Yeah.
to be like a parochial?
What?
Is that supposed to be like I forgot the movie about the doll that turned,
Oh.
that was a puppet and then tried to turn into a boy.
I don't know.
Boy.
I just know, I know Mickey Mouse personally, and so I have a tendency to, oh boy.
He's a friend.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, good.
Hi, Brett. Hey, boys and girls, this is Kenny James. I'm the voice of Bowser for Nintendo. And join the Funhouse. Retro Funhouse.
Okay, guys, so we're here at Fanboys, and today we have a voice actor that plays the role of Bowser, Kevin James.
Kenny James.
Yeah.
Take two.
Yeah.
Take two.